A rhombus has sides of length 10 centimeters and the angle between two adjacent sides is 76 degrees. Find the length of the longer diagonal of the rhombus. Now, this is quite hard, and you do need to know a little bit about rhombuses. So it's in the prior knowledge bit of the course. Basically, a rhombus is a parallelogram where all the sides are the same length. And a special property of a rhombus is that diagonals cross at right angles. So that's where we're going to get the trigonometry bit in. So I will try and draw a rhombus. Now, I could use tools to do this, but I don't want you in an exam or any work really, I don't want you to take time using rulers drawing this, so I'm not going to do it now. So I'm just going to try and draw a parallelogram with equal length sides. Something like that, that's not bad. So we know that these sides are all the same length, so they're all 10 cm, and 10 centimeters. Right, as I was saying, the diagonals cross at right angles. So if I draw these diagonals like that, so however bad or good your diagram is, I know that all of these angles are 90 degrees. Now it tells me the angle between two adjacent sides is 76 degrees. The angle between two adjacent sides is 76 degrees. Now if you think about the 76 degrees, that is acute. It's less than 90. So if I look at my rhombus, I've got two different angles in there. Any rhombus or parallelogram, you're going to have two acute angles and two obtuse angles. So otherwise, the only alternative would be for them to all be 90, which would mean it wasn't a rhombus anymore. It would be a rectangle or a square in this case. So if you look at the 76, well, that must be here, 76 degrees. And if you consider what's going on with those diagonals, I'm actually bisecting that. So each little angle is going to be 38 degrees, half of 76. So now I can draw one of these things. So what do I need to find the length of the longer diagonal, right? So if we look at the longer diagonal in this diagram, you can see that this diagonal is much longer than the other diagonal, just because of the way it is drawn. So what I can do, I can take one of these triangles. So say I take this triangle here, and that would give me x. And then if I multiply it by 2, I will get my 2x. And what I'm going to do is good practice right at the bottom. Before I do anything else, I am going to write 2x equals, and that's going to be a reminder just in case I forget to do it. And now what I'm going to do, because this diagram is very busy, got a lot of stuff going on, I'm just going to draw this triangle on its own. So quite simple. Right angle there, 10 cm, 38 degrees, and this is x. Okay, so now we've taken everything else away. You can go into your HOA ring. I know it's Sokotoa because I've got one side, I've got an angle, I've got a right angle, and I need another side. So HOA ring. H, longest side, opposite the right angle, it's the 10. O, opposite the angle in the question, as in the angle that we are finding or we're working with, that we're going to use. In this case, it's 38. Opposite the 38 is here, so that's the O. A is the other one. It must be the X. Ring. You need to decide which two sides are involved. So it's the 10 because it's information we're going to use, and it's the X because that is what we've been asked to find. So this is AH. AH is ka, which means cos. So it's ka. Remember what ka means? Ka means cos angle. Cos angle, the angle in this case is the 38, equals A over H. Well, A is X, over H is 10, right? So that must mean that X if we just multiply both sides by 10, is 10 times cos 38. So we go to our calculator. 10 times cos 38, and that gives us 7.88. And now I'm thinking, actually, that just writing that 2x equals is really handy, because myself, I'm definitely not exempt from this, but I've seen so many people just forget that last step. And it's not carelessness, it's just cognitive overload. It's just having that one extra thing to carry in your mind at that time. So I just now know I need to times this by 2, and then I can write it down, then I can round it. So 2x is 15.7602, that will do. 15.7602. So that must mean, remember what we're actually looking for, and it is the length of the longer diagonal. So length equals 15, put around to 3 significant figures now. So remember, you find the third significant figure, it's the 7. You look next door, it's a 6. The 6 will make the 7 round up to 8, equals 15.8, and the units are centimeters.